You are now live on air.
All right, folks, you are listening to Beyond Sight and Sound on the Detecting Lifestyle Radio Network. I am your host, Josh Kimmel, aka Treasure Seeker. Tonight should be an interesting mix. Whether you're tuning in from the confines of your computer, your tablet, or your not-so-smart smartphone, hopefully you can handle it. We're glad you've joined us. We're glad you've tuned in. It could be, well, in a nutshell, when you get these guys together, it's just absolutely electric. I can't understand how any day could possibly be a bad day, how hunting with these guys. It's a great group of guys. You get them together, it could be chaos, it could be mayhem, could be some really good finds, great stories, and one thing's for certain, it is always a good time. It's just a blast to talk to them, and we're trying something a little different here tonight. We have actually had the opportunity to be able to sit down with 4 of the stealth diggers. And, we've got a caller coming in already. Let's see what we've got here. Go ahead, caller. Who do we have?
Robert Smith from Portland, Oregon.
Well, hello, Robert. If you give me a second here, we'll get to your call. The way it looks, the listeners are chomping at the bit to get in here to these folks. Great group of guys, so let's get them in here. Robert, you are on Beyond Sight and Sound with myself and 4 of the stealth diggers. We have Digger Charlie, J Mo, Just Bob, and who can forget Mr. Keebler? How's it going, guys?
Hello. Bonjour. Comment ça va?
How you doing?
I want to do a shout out to you guys, and I love your guys' YouTube videos. I do have a question for Digger Charlie first.
Okay.
And my question is, if you had any state to go to metal detect, what state would it be and why?
Good question.
That's a good question. Any other state besides New Hampshire?
Right.
Any state.
Are there other states? Well, are there any other states? Good question. What other states? Wow, Robert, you know? I'm just geez, you know, Robert, anywhere inside of New England is good with me, to be honest with you.
I was going to say, that does require some thought. Where are you calling from, Robert?
Portland, Oregon.
Oh, so you're way west.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm at the
Robert.
worst state.
Yeah, Robert, I'd love to come out and dig with you out there in Oregon, and I'm sure we would have a blast. And, you know, that's always a great option. But, yeah, that's an interesting thing that I never even thought of because I've been so content with digging in, you know, New Hampshire.
Right.
But great question.
That's good.
That is a good question. What about the other 3 of you? What do you guys have to say on this? How about you, Just Bob?
I think I would stick to any of the original 13 colonies except Massachusetts, only because it seems like There are just too many restrictions.
Ah, okay. Jay?
I gotta say, I mean, I haven't been metal detecting in any other areas in this country. I've been to other areas of the country, and every single part of the country. I was stationed in Tennessee for a while. I was stationed in Florida, California, and I've been to a bunch of other different states for short periods of time. And each individual state has their own, beginning of time histories and their own interesting stuff, which, anything would be from those areas, found in those areas would be great. But personally, I mean, I gotta say, I'd probably like to dig some of the old, more ritzy colonial sites down in Connecticut. There was a lot more money down that way during the colonizing of the 13 back in the day, and I would love to think that they dropped much nicer stuff.
Good point. What about you, Keebler? There's trees in every state.
There's beautiful trees in New Hampshire, but what really struck me was our commander-in-chief stated that he's been in all 57 states, and, I want to see those other 7 states first, and I may want to detect there.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. This would be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm believing it's probably the state of confusion.
Yeah. I wonder what the iron and EMI's like there.
It don't matter. People's going to dig it.
In reality, there's no place like home. I truly love New Hampshire.
Mr. Keebler?
Yes?
Mr. Keebler, can I ask you a different question? What is your favorite Keebler cookies and why?
Oh gosh, it had to have been the original chocolate chip, and then I'm sad to say when they get to the double chocolate chip, that's the one.
All right. Well, we certainly appreciate your call, Robert, and hopefully that answers your question.
It sure does. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Robert.
No problem. Mm-hmm. Bye.
Oh, bye.
Bye.
Well, he come in right off the bat.
Oh, yeah. We were getting messages saying that everybody was going to call in tonight.
Wow. Well, then it could get quite busy for us here. We'll try to take the calls and address them as they come in for sure. Hopefully we don't miss any or miss too many. Yeah. Which, speaking of the calls, got to tell you guys, saw the video yesterday promoting the show tonight. Mm-hmm. Very, very class act job. I enjoyed that very much and appreciated the assistance in getting the word out. That was very nicely done.
Well, that was the mastermind of Charlie. Let's give him the full credit on that one.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we did that spur of the moment.
Well, it turned out very well, I thought, and much like with the other Stealth Digger videos, very, very nicely put together. You do some really great work with the videos.
Thank you. Well, the ingredients are there. I'm just the guy that puts it in the oven, and, without everyone else in it, though, I wouldn't have the material to work with. So when you get nuts like this, it's awesome. I started out just making videos with myself and John, and, it was fun, but as soon as I started hooking up with all of them, it just became easier to do and better, so I'm grateful.
Right. And much like Jay said when he was on the show before, you're able to play off of one another.
Yeah.
It does make it nice being able to banter back and forth like that. Which does bring up a good question. You guys obviously didn't all hook up at the same time. How did the Stealth Diggers form?
That's all Charlie.
Yeah. Well, Charlie was the original root, no doubt about it. And and just like everybody else, I started watching Charlie's videos, and and I started talking to him here and there, private messages, and eventually, after establishing a little bit of an internet relationship with him, he
romance
was yeah, a little internet romance. He was generous enough to offer me a weekend out in his area, so I took him up on it, and it's all history from there.
Yeah,
nice.
Faceless George and myself are the only ones that actually live fairly close to each other. So we met because we were in the neighborhood. Other than that, everyone else, it was just kind of meant to be, you know, how we all hooked up. And you know how it is, when you meet somebody, you know instantly that there's chemistry and you like them, you know?
Right.
So it's not like, oh, let's put a group together or a club. It was just, we all met one way or another. We met Jay through his, you know, his star persona on YouTube, and I knew I'd like him just from his videos. And as soon as we hooked up, the chemistry is there amongst all of us. It's not like just me and Keebler. You know, it's everybody has a great liking for each other, and you know, it's just awesome. It's just one of those things that does not happen every day, and to put this group together in such a short time and feel like brothers is just top shelf.
Okay, so it started out basically with you and Faceless George, and then who came along
John.
next?
It was me and John, pretty much. Thunder Chief, the guy that's always shooting guns.
Oh, okay.
He has a demanding job, and you know, such is life. So he hasn't been around much, and we miss him.
Right.
We think he's living out in the trash cache. He is. But yeah, and then Faceless George came along. And George is another great guy, but he has to keep low profile. He is the king of all stealthiness.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
And then, yeah, it was like adding them on slowly.
Keebler myself, I stalked Charlie for a couple months.
Oh. Chasing him around out there in the woods.
Oh, yeah. Every so often you'd see a glimpse of me.
Sasquatch.
Hey, Sasquatchy.
And then, Just Bob came along then?
Let's see.
Yeah. Well, we had a bag on his head his first time out.
That's right. We had to gag and tie Bob's head up to take him out to the location.
Ah.
The first day Bob came out, and I was like, listen, I want to film you, but you got to go along with this. I'm like, put this bag over your head. And when he went along with it, I was like, he's all right.
Yep, going, okay, he'll fit in just fine.
And I had been chatting with Jay through YouTube for a year or so, and then finally we got together this spring, and then myself, Bob, and Jay did a hunt, and then Mr. Keebler came along, and you know.
And we have an apprentice, one of my sons.
Yes, Keebler-san.
Keebler-san.
Ah.
He'll be in the next episode.
Yeah.
Now, how old is this young digger?
Well, he's 18. You got to be 18 to be in Stealth Diggers.
Oh, okay.
Some of the things that happen in Stealth Diggers are just not legal for minors.
Or most farm animals.
Well,
yeah.
Now,
what about? I haven't been the same since I put that bag on my head.
I was just going to say, what about you, Just Bob? Did you think, wait a minute, these guys are maybe a little strange?
Well, I got to tell you, the first time that I went out with Charlie, it was me, Charlie, and John. And that was in the yellow, what do you call it? The yellow jacket, Charlie? John's truck? Yeah. That was in the yellow jacket. I was riding in the back seat, and I loaded my stuff in amongst the, I don't even know what it is, the AK. Oh, is that what that is?
That was in the middle console.
Yeah. And so we had the AK bouncing around in the back of the truck while we're riding up and down these dirt roads, and the whole time I'm wondering, I know John has a permit to carry. Is this thing loaded? Just bouncing around. And
yeah, going, what am I getting into here? Are we
Exactly.
going hunting, or are we invading a small country?
They didn't tell you they were going to be making snuff, though.
I was the new guy in the crowd. Now, I was a little nervous there for a little bit. I mean, John was packing some pretty heavy artillery, and I'm walking out in the middle of the woods with these guys. And I'm like, a couple times it, came across my train of thought whether or not I was going home.
You thought you were scared. They were scared. They had to walk out of there alone.
Yeah, right.
Kind of looking over your shoulder when you're digging targets. Every time you hear a click, you jump.
No, I didn't dig a single good signal that day because I was afraid if I pulled something good out of the ground, what might happen.
Going, oh God, what happens if I find that gold coin? I'm dead for sure.
You know what was funny that day, Bob, and I didn't get it on film, was when we were standing back at the truck and Faceless George looks at you and he's like, what did you find? And John's like, what are you going to do, pat him down?
Yeah, no, what are you going to, shake him down?
Yeah, right, we're going to shake him down.
That was pretty funny. Yeah. That was pretty funny.
Well, it seems like you guys have all hit it off well, and you do have great chemistry out hunting, and in front of the camera, you guys have made some very nice finds. But the way it sounds, for those who may not know, really, all of you guys haven't been in this all this long, but you have a great passion for it. Or maybe I should premise that with, I'm not sure how long Keebler has been in, but for the other three, relatively newcomers, but a lot of time spent in it already and a lot of passion.
Yeah.
I have no idea how long he's been digging. He's not going to tell us. He's smiling at me right now.
in 1974,
I think Henry has.
Pardon me?
1974?
I was in the 307th Engineers, 82nd Airborne Division, and they handed me a landmine detector and a book that was about 1.5 inches thick.
No wonder why you dig up the big shit. You're having bomb trips.
I'm still looking for the mines, man.
Yeah, he's like having flashbacks.
I hear a click and I'm hitting the ground.
It's the way he's programmed.
Finally.
But they also gave me a probe and said, get down in your stomach and look for it. I'd stick it
Ooh!
around.
Oh, we've got another caller, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, caller. You're on with myself and 4 of the stealth diggers. Who do we have?
Hi. My name is Susie.
Susie.
Hi, Susie.
Hi, Susie.
Hi. I have a question for Keebler.
Uh-oh.
Your son, Keebler's son? Yeah.
Keebler's son, yeah.
Yeah, is he the strong, silent type?
He sure is the strong, silent type, and he's single.
Oh, that was the next thing.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
Would you like to talk to him? He's right beside me. I'll hand him off. Here you go.
Okay.
Her name's Susie.
Hi.
Hello, Susie.
Hi, it's the Keebler son.
Hi. How do you like digging?
Oh, I love it. It's great.
You love it? Okay.
Are you from the New Hampshire area, Susie?
Yes, I am.
Well, maybe you can get out digging with Keebler son sometime.
Maybe, yeah, that'd be great.
In the next video, you'll get a perfect eyeball of him. He's the 7-foot tall one.
Yeah, there you go.
Good,
Wait
okay.
for the next video first. That way you can put a voice to the face.
Okay.
Well,
right, thank you.
we appreciate the call.
Thank-
I'm not going to hang up. You hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
Sounds like between Keebler and Keebler-san, you guys have a little bit of a fan club yourselves.
Wow, well, we're going to have to start calling him Face.
Yeah. People are interested.
Yeah.
But that explains a lot, though, with getting out there and finding that big iron. You're still searching for landmines.
Yep.
Well, let's hope you don't find any there.
So far, just the holy hand grenade is the only thing I found.
And that thing was
I don't know
huge.
if that's entirely true, Henry.
Uh-oh.
Oops. I blew your cover.
Yep. Oh, my. Let's see. We've got them coming in. Go ahead, caller. You're on with myself and 4 of the stealth diggers. Who do we have?
You have Swansea Searcher from Swansea, New Hampshire.
Swansea, how's it going?
Not too bad. I know Henry personally. I got to hang out with him at the Best of Northeast back in April.
He has got to be a hoot to hang out with.
Well, he is something else. I can give you that much. And I'll tell you, this guy had more finds in his pouch. Now, some of these guys were out there coin shooting, button shooting, looking for whatever they could at this thing, but Henry had more, well, for one thing, he had more metal detectors, I think, than everybody else combined. And his finds pouch was emptied once an hour.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you're sweeping for mines, you're digging up everything.
The back of his hatchback there was just chock full of metal detectors, and, oh, I gotta go empty my pouch again. Oh, I gotta go empty my pouch again. It was hilarious.
Dig all, miss none.
That's correct.
That's the Keebler slogan.
So it sounds like you guys got to get out there ahead of him before he vacuums it all up.
No, you follow behind Henry because he's pulling out all the big iron and clearing out all the good targets.
That's what I think is funny. I mean, the guy's got $5,000 worth of metal detectors, and he really only needs a magnet.
That's it. Yeah, carry around the magnet, and he's good to go. My comment for all these guys is this is what should be on television instead of that stupid-ass Diggers TV show. This is what you find metal detecting, and this is how it's actually done.
And they do show a passion for the history.
Oh, yeah.
They do, and they're not doing backflips and cartwheels and all this other shit, you know? They're finding decent targets out there, they're finding good old coins, good old buttons, and they're taking it respectfully, thinking about where that came from, and they're not jumping over fences and swinging off of tree branches, you know?
You know, that's a very good point, Swansea. They are recovering the history. They're very serious and passionate about it, and they're not out there, you know, just acting absolutely silly, but they're still keeping it entertaining.
Oh, definitely. I mean, they're showing the reality of metal detecting. I metal detected with a couple of local guys. Obviously, I've metal detected with Henry before, but this is what it's about. It's about going out there, having a camaraderie, a bunch of these guys getting together. You shoot the shit, you make jokes, you pick on each other. That's how metal detecting really is. It's not that glorified crap you see on TV, and I give all these guys kudos because I watch every one of their videos. I follow them on Facebook. I follow Henry in his forum. They're showing what metal detecting is all about.
Oh, absolutely, I agree, because they're out there, and it doesn't matter what's being found, they're still having a good time.
That's it, and that's what it's all about here in New Hampshire. Keep it up, boys.
Thank
you.
All right.
Well, thanks for the call, Swansea.
All right, thanks, guys.
And that's a good point. You guys, you do keep it in a good light. It's a realistic perspective, yet entertaining, and it seems like you're always having a good time, enjoying each other's company, enjoying the finds that each other's making.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Now, what machines do you run, Just Bob?
Me, I'm running the AT Pro.
Okay.
Pretty much set up like Sally. I got I'm running the big coil, though. I don't have the
what is it, 8.5 by 5.
Okay.
I got the stock coil on my machine.
And
11 by 8.5.
Yeah, that
What's that?
sounds about right.
Yeah, I think it's 8 by 11.5. Yes.
And Charlie's running the AT Pro.
Correct.
Correct.
And I've seen Keebler using a few different detectors.
Yeah,
What
depends on,
machines do
which
you
one.
have, Keebler?
I have 7, but I have 7 children also, and they all love to do it as well. I primarily run the Deus XP.
Ah, nice light machine to take into the field.
Well, you know, Charlie and I put in good 10, 12-hour days, and even with that light machine, at the end of the day, gosh, the arm starts to ache.
Right, it can feel kind of heavy, I'm sure.
That might be because you're old.
Yeah.
Well,
Never mind. My bad. I'm wrong.
you should see me after a Red. Oh, you have seen me after a Red Bull.
Briefly, it was blurry at best, but I did see that.
Yeah, it was just kind of zip. What was that? Now, for those who don't know how this works, how are you guys going out and locating these cellar holes? Because you guys do primarily dig cellar holes, correct?
That's where it's at, without a doubt. Years of being parks and stuff like that. It's fun, but every day $5-10 worth of clad gets kind of old. Cellar holes, relics, the history. That's where it's at. You just put yourself in that mindset of, where's this guy been? And you pull something out of the ground and you go, oh my God, I made a connection 200 years.
Exactly.
And
I am the first
all about,
person to touch
research.
this since the last person lost it.
You know what's really a great thing is now we're pooling our efforts. So now we have a handful of guys who are doing the research in their own areas of either their town or whatnot, and we're coming up with a whole batch of new spots to go, which has just been great. Every weekend we're going to try to nail it and get out there. But it is a lot of research, and fortunately we've been coming across a lot of hand-drawn maps, and that's pretty much through my historical society, or actually George came up with one on his own research. And these maps predate any of the standard like 1858 or 1897 maps. And a lot of them were hand-drawn by just people, old-timers. And they're incredibly accurate. That's the insane part.
Right.
Didn't draw you a map of the house.
Right. We've got a couple of callers coming in here again. Let's see here who we've got. Okay. 6040. Who do we have?
Hi, my name is Seth.
Oh, Seth. I believe you commented on the Stealth Diggers video.
Yeah, I wanted to let you guys know I'd probably be calling in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I just wanted to say I like you guys' videos. Every time after school I'll come home and I'll just sit down and look on, what videos are up, and I watch this morning. I think there was one, or this afternoon. But I just want to say, they're really good, and I like you guys and all your finds and all that, and hope to find stuff like you do.
That's awesome, man. We appreciate that. Believe me.
Seth, where are you from?
Yeah, thank you.
Where are you from, Seth?
I'm from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
You
a
got
lot
some
of history
great
in
history out
Pennsylvania.
there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I found
You got to be getting
so
a
far,
metal detector on your Santa Claus list there, buddy.
Oh, no, yeah. Well, right now I just started in last December. So right now I have Garrett Ace 350, and I want to be upgrading to AT Pro, stuff like that.
There you go.
And yeah, I found a few things. I found like a silver $half, a couple like things like that. But I just want to say I really enjoy you guys' videos.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, we appreciate the call as well as you watching the videos, and it sounds like they've been an inspiration to you. So definitely keep watching the videos.
Big time. Thank you.
Thanks for the call, Seth.
Interesting, man.
No problem.
You're on the right track. Stick with it.
Yeah, it is. And it sounds like they've the videos have actually inspired Seth to get into the hobby. That's great. So the videos you guys are putting up are actually inspiring the younger diggers to come into the scene and get involved with it.
I've seen that comment several times.
4833, who do we have?
It's Madison, Maine.
Madison, Maine.
Hey guys.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Not too much. I just had to call in. One question I have for you guys. I never see any of you guys wearing headphones. And I've tried metal detecting without the headphones because it enhances the video making, but man, night and day difference.
For me, it was I didn't want to become lunch for anybody.
We're out in the woods. There's no ambient sound. It's just you and your detector and a few birds and a lot of bees. But
well, not so much
I
that,
have
but
a funny story on that line.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
The first time that I went out with Charlie, I always wore headphones, and I agree with you that they definitely enhance things and they help you focus. But the first time I went out with Charlie, I had my headphones on my machine, and I noticed that Charlie didn't. I didn't even know that the AT Pro could be used without headphones until I met Charlie.
So I went over and I snipped his line for him.
Well, I would have thought that Bob would have had the headphones off so he could hear if anyone was sneaking up on him that first day.
Well, here's the thing. And Madison, I'm glad you called in, brother. It's good to hear from you. It's Charlie here, by the way. Two things. When I started out, I was in the deep woods by myself, and I cannot concentrate if I cannot hear what's around me. And I've already had several bear encounters out here. And I don't care if you're armed. If you don't hear it coming, you're lunch. And then the other part of it is, when you're with a group of people, we've all got radios on. We want to be able to hear each other's machines. We're talking to each other. So it's kind of that. It opens it up again to the group. When you hear somebody get a good signal on their machine, you're like, oh yeah, get at it, you know? That's a big part of it too.
And it helps, I'm sure it's easier to be aware of your surroundings like that.
Yeah, like if some guy pulls into his driveway and comes home, we got to get out of the backyard. We got to hear him coming.
I think the last time I wore my headphones out in the woods was before I went out digging with Charlie and the boys. And I spent probably half of my time between detecting and digging. I spent probably at least half of that time untangling myself from my headphones in the tree branches. You know, you put your detector down and it jerks the freaking headphones off your ear or pulls the plug on you, and I just got sick of it.
Got tired of it snagging.
Yeah, I got one more question.
Okay.
Hey, what's up?
For the artist formerly known as J-Mo.
Yes, my brother.
Do you ever pull out that Ace 250? The reason why I ask is my buddy Kelly, who's in some of my videos, he just totally kicks my ass with an Ace 250 no matter where we go. You know, I'll pull a silver real out, he'll go and dig a mass copper. Or if I dig a Civil War button, he'll dig a button from the War of 1812 or something. Do you ever get it out?
I actually had to sell it, so I don't even have it anymore. But I'll tell you one thing I did notice between switching from the 250 to the fisher that I've got now. When you get into the higher end machines, they give you a much clearer picture of what you're about to dig, but I think it gives you a false sense of security, and you think you know it's a pull tab or you know it's a big piece. Right. Skip it. Whereas the guys who are running the 250s or the the Fisher F4s or some of the low to mid grade machines, the signal is not as clear as to what it is. It still tells you, it could be something good, just dig it. So they're pretty much digging everything. And I think that's part of it. And I think we actually miss some things because we're so sure it's a pull tab or it's a bullet or, it's something we don't want to dig. Exactly. That's what I found I have done myself.
Exactly. It's like I was saying, right, Jay? I mean, the more fancy the machine gets, the more it's trying to tell you, the more it's telling you not to dig targets.
Right. When I was at the American Legion post,
you to dig them.
Right.
They tell you not to dig them.
I did the front lawn at that American Legion about a month or so back, and I was digging. I must have dug 35 pull tabs, all ringing in at 55. So I started skipping over the 55s, and after I think it was the second day we went back there, I made it a point. I said, you know what? Screw this. I'm digging every 55 signal I find, and I found a buffalo nickel, I found a war nickel, I found a modern nickel. But I mean, those were signals I probably skipped over because I was so positive that they were deadlocked on as a pull tab. It couldn't have been anything else.
Right. And I'm sure Charlie will agree, and maybe the rest of you will too. No matter what machine you've got, you can't put too much faith in those VDIs. You've got to listen to it.
Yeah.
It's all in the,
hey, I've got a question for Madison.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, a question for me? Okay.
Yeah. What the hell's your first name?
Richie.
What is it?
Richie.
Richie?
Like Richie Cunningham.
The secret is out.
That's it. That's all I wanted to know. All these years I've been watching your videos and commenting with you back and forth, calling you Eminem, and I didn't know if your first name was Madison and you happen to be from Madison, Maine. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, we've had this
just where I live.
About you several times.
Yeah.
We all watch your videos too, and it's come up before. What the hell's his name? Well, I'm like, I think it's Madison. Jay's like, no, that's where he lives. I'm like, well, maybe that's his name too.
That's right.
I'm going to get out of the way and let somebody else call in. Nice talking to you guys.
All right.
Thanks
for the call.
Calling in, buddy.
Yeah.
3897. Who do we have?
This is Gary Goodard from Berkshire, Vermont.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Hey.
Hey. Gary, do you have your radio on?
I've got my computer on. Let me turn it down. All right, I got it turned down.
Much better. Thank you.
Just a minute.
Okay. You're on with myself and the Stealth Diggers.
Hey, I just want to say hello to Digger Charlie and Mr. Keebler. Me and my son, we sit here and watch the videos every morning.
Bonjour.
Gary is a great guy. He and I correspond on Facebook all the time. He's a true historian digger, and I appreciate that very much. He does it for the town, the history, and sees eye to eye with the way we do things. So good to hear your voice, Gary.
Thank you, Gary.
So he's doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the president of our local historical society, and I have access to the maps and stuff there of the town and stuff, and I've gotten quite a few permissions, and I went out Sunday for an hour, and I found another large scent, so that makes 3 that I found so far this year.
Awesome.
Nice.
I found a lot of buttons.
Yeah.
Tons of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Gary will mess with me sometimes. How many buttons did you find today? And it's like, oh, man.
Yeah. I gotta ask you, Gary. Hey, it's J-Mo. How you doing?
Hey, pretty good.
I got to ask you, obviously you've seen us all dig buttons, and I don't know if you've ever watched the videos on my channel before, but I dig a ton of buttons as well. And all the buttons you've dug, have you ever dug 2 that were the same?
Not yet. Everything's been different. I dug 3 colonial buttons in a cornfield.
They're like snowflakes.
And each one of them is different. Yeah, they've all been different. It's amazing.
I mean, you might do the similar, but they're all totally different.
Yep.
Like snowflakes.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna let you go, and you can get somebody else online to talk to you. I just wanted to call and say hi.
Well, thanks for the call, Gary.
Hey, no problem.
Thanks, Gary.
Surprisingly, Charlie has hit 2 of the same.
Yeah, just recently.
Oh, yeah, just recently, yeah.
Yeah.
In the same row.
And I had a button spill, 5 buttons the same.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was just yesterday, so it hasn't made it to print.
Yeah. Still in the can.
Now, the closest I've come was me and another hunter dug 2 of the identical buttons out of the same yard.
Wow,
Yeah.
still that's even rare.
Oh, yeah, they were flat, gold-gilded buttons that predated the Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were some nice finds. Go ahead, caller. You're on with myself and the Stealth Diggers.
Hey, it's Craig Talley.
Craig,
Hey,
how's
Craig.
it going?
Oh, pretty good.
Hey, Craig.
I've been enjoying the show. I always like the Stealth Diggers because they remind me of myself when I started digging.
There you go.
You guys had that enthusiasm and the passion, for the hobby, and doesn't seem to matter what you guys find. You get excited about it, and I see so many people that don't like, flat buttons aren't that great or anything. I love them. I've got a couple thousand I've done, and I still love them.
Oh yeah, it definitely means a lot. And Craig, I'm glad you called in because I watch your videos. I appreciate your knowledge. I mean, this guy's been digging so long that when he started, most of the stuff was surface finds.
I would.
Now he's got to work at it.
Nice.
Yeah, well, it's like, over the years I've gotten better and better machines, with the technology, and I was able to go back to the spots that they weren't yielding anything anymore, and actually find stuff there. And so I've always liked the technology anyway. I've owned this last machine I got is the 39th machine I've owned. But I was a Tesoro dealer also, so I used to buy and sell and trade machines all the time when I first started. But
I definitely appreciate your knowledge when I see your posts.
Yeah, Craig is very knowledgeable.
No doubt about that. I'm peeing outside, by the way, if you can hear that.
Charlie, you got your video camera on.
Live on air, so I figured I would.
Charlie.
Yo.
You got your video camera on. We can see it.
I made sure I stood in front of the live feed.
Yeah.
I have my own. I have my own website. You can subscribe to me. I'm Guy Peeing Outside.
.com.
Oh, don't hit the electric fence.
Oh, you know what? Google that. It's probably a website. GuyPeeingOutside.com. Hit it, Keebler-san.
Yeah, right. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, and it's on a loop. He's peeing forever.
Oh, those are my greatest hits. Anyways, where were we?
You just never know what's going to happen.
Always keep them guessing.
That's right.
What is Craig's handle?
Craig Talley.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Craig Talley or iPad 53.
Yep.
He don't need no fancy name.
No.
And he does a nice job with his videos, too.
Yes.
Yeah, I just had a breakthrough. I've been doing it for about 2.5 years, and I finally I have ads, so I try to make money, and I get pennies a day. But finally got the $100, and they got to pay you when you finally get to $100. So I just got that the other week.
Oh,
so I figured it took me around. I think it took me like 44,000 views to get it. Something like that.
Wow.
Hey, Jay, now's the time to ask you a question. How do you collect?
Yeah, how the hell do you collect? I've got $129 on mine right now, and I can't
you have to give them your Social Security number, and you got to give them your bank number, and then they
Who's
put
them?
money in your huh?
Who's them?
Then they put Google.
AdSense.
Right, but I've got the AdSense account all set up, and it says it's an active account, and it's been over $100 for a few months now. It still just sits there. I don't know how to.
I actually just
You got to
got
go
a thing
in
in
and
the
look,
mail.
look in the analytics, and you go to Video Manager, and then you can go into Analytics from the side panel, and then you can look for payment. But I had to actually Google it to find out what to do. But once you get in there, you put your Social Security number and your bank account, and then they put money in your account. And I went yesterday and checked the bank, and they had 36 cents in there. So then I put that in, and it's called Verify. And once you put how much they put in your account, they know it's you for sure. So then you hit Verify. Right. It's the same thing they do on PayPal.
Another good thing, too, to check, Jay, is they do have varying levels of payment threshold. Maybe you have yours set higher.
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't know there was a setting for that.
Yeah, if I remember.
I didn't either. They actually sent me a message and emailed me and told me about it. So I just it took me a little while to figure it out, but if you Google it, there's somebody that'll tell you on some video or something. But
I was just PMing with another one of my subscriptions.
It's kind of like the same thing you do with PayPal. When you get a PayPal account, you have to they put a few cents in your account, and you have to tell them how much it is, and then they know it's you.
Okay, use those 2 numbers or 4 numbers as a password or something, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I was talking with another one of my about it on PM today, and he tried walking me through it too, and he said that they mailed him a card that he had to, once he got the card, he had to go verify it on a website with the password that they gave him. I never got a card from these people. I never got an email. I never got, 2 minute deposits to verify or anything. So I must have done something wrong.
Yeah, you may have to go in and check your account settings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went to the bank and asked the manager to see if Google had put anything in my account. And she goes, "Oh, yeah, they did." And I said, "How much?" And she told me, and then I said, "Fine." She did a printout.
They have, yeah.
You gotta. They don't make it easy to figure out, but I've gotten to where I'm 61 years old, and a lot of people my age don't do anything on the computer. I can figure out just about anything. There's a way to do it. You just have to bear down on it,
Yeah.
But a lot of times you can just Google it and ask them a question, and somebody's got an answer for it.
Right. Try that.
But I just thought it was kind of neat to, actually make some money off these assholes,
Right, yeah.
Well, we appreciate the call, Craig. We've got another caller coming in.
All right, you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later.
You too. Thanks for listening. Okay, go ahead, caller. You're on with myself and the Stealth Diggers.
Good show tonight, Josh.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, enjoyed it. Hey, they had a deal you had on earlier. What state would you like to hunt?
Yes.
I'd say, what country would you like to hunt?
Ooh, good
Mine would
question.
be Russia.
Right.
I knew when Ken White went over there years ago, he came back with all kinds of stuff I saw. My God, I couldn't believe it. This is Jim in Colorado.
Yeah, I was going to say, I recognize the voice. For those who are listening that may not, you are on with Jim Ferriello.
How are you guys, anyway? Well, I just wanted to call in and say, really good show. Enjoyed it. You guys are having too much damn fun. you got to stop having fun on your radio shows. You get many listeners, so stay tuned. Hey, what country would you guys like to hunt? I'm going to hang up and let you guys answer that. Mine would be Mother Russia.
Thanks for the call and the
Okay,
question,
Josh.
Jim, and thanks for listening.
We'll see you. Bye-bye.
We'll see ya.
I'll go
Okay.
for Keebler.
Who wants to take
I
that
would
one
say
first?
Well, I guess I'll jump in. I mean, for me, I would have to say, just from all the videos that I've been watching on YouTube, and everybody already knows, I'm not a Facebooker. I have enough to do to try to keep up with work and family and the house and YouTube. But of all the videos I've watched on YouTube, I'd have to say that the one country I would love to hunt in, I would love to find some ancient Roman history out in England. That to me would be the ultimate of, historical finds for me.
Right. That would be a good spot to check. Left to right, what about you, Just Bob?
Well, being as though I don't really travel much, I've only been out of the country twice. I really don't know where I'd go. I'm going to have to stick with the good old USA.
Well, that's a novel concept. It's good to keep it close to home. Nothing wrong with that. Charlie?
North Dakota.
North Dakota is another country?
I was just seeing who was paying attention. No, I actually have thought of this recently, and I think along the lines of what Jay is saying, but imagine if you could actually get into the ground in, say, Rome.
Right.
I mean, we're talking some old stuff. We're talking, major old.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a thought.
Egypt.
What about
Egypt?
Keebler?
Well, I was taking it one step further. Which planet would I want to detect? The country, I would definitely say Spain.
Spain? Nice.
Yeah.
Now,
top to bottom, left to right.
What about Keebler's son?
Keebler's son, what country?
If you could detect in another country, where would you go?
Antarctica.
Oh. Going hardcore for the cold stuff. Awesome.
She's not going to work down
there. Let's see. We've got another caller in here. 3946. You're on with myself and the Stealth Diggers.
Yeah, how's it going?
All right. Who do we have?
This is Justin from up here in Vermont.
Hey,
oh, I thought that voice sounded familiar. How's it going, Justin? First off, very, very nice job that you do with the coin boards. They look like they're very well done.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got a bunch.
Everybody should own two.
I actually saw the video that Charlie did of his.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Looks like a great piece to display your items and everything. I may have to try to get a hold of one of them myself.
Well, I just may have to send you one myself. I think I've given away more than I've sold anyway.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you've seen us out there free.
I mean, just the layout of it, I mean, many of the finds would look very nice displayed in that fashion. Very nicely done.
I agree.
Well, I appreciate that.
Did you have a question for the guys?
Well, number one, I just wanted to call in and say hey, and I guess make a voice appearance, and just say hello and love you guys' new videos, and that huge bell is phenomenal.
Yes,
and I was so jealous when he pulled that softball out from underneath that root. Because I'll tell you what,
I'm wearing it around my neck all the time.
Especially to get it intact. I mean, it still clangs. That thing's big enough, it doesn't jingle, it clangs.
I found one about the same size, but it's been hit by a lawnmower, and I've only got like a quarter of it. But man, that was a heartbreaker. That complete one was amazing.
Yeah, he's got a great new slogan. He sent me a message tonight saying, "I need more Crodal Bell." Oh, wait a minute. Here, are we going to have an appearance?
Yes, I just happened. I'm telling you, I wear it around my neck.
All right.
I'm taking my shirt off. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, live for you here tonight on Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound, it's Mr. Keebler and the Holy Hand Grenade.
Oh. Yeah, see, listen to that thing.
Listen to it, huh?
He's a honker.
Yeah, I mean, it's about like carrying a cowbell.
Yeah, it is. And you know, the one thing that isn't mentioned in the video is that there's actually a small piece of rawhide still connected to it, too.
Oh, wow.
So, it's amazing.
Well, at least he didn't say the one thing that's not mentioned in the video is that George came out and hit it the day before.
Yeah.
Oh, but, yeah, definitely appreciate the call, Justin, and appreciate you listening.
Yeah, not a problem. I do have one question though, and I know it's going to be a question that makes everybody roll their eyes, but at the same time, everybody wants to know. So that question is: that all you guys on there? What is your one favorite find, if you could actually pin it down?
Oh, good question. Let's see. Left to right. Let's start with Jay again.
Well, honestly,
don't say off shoes.
No. Keebler's cornered the market on those. He's up to 30 or so by now. Honestly, dude, I gotta say, and I don't wanna give anything away for the next video because I'm still editing mine and Charlie's still editing his. But my best find, honest to God, I found this past weekend. We hit a couple of different sites, and again, you'll see the live gig in the video of it when we get ours posted. But I've never even seen anybody dig one. I've heard of them, and I've seen complete ones dug before, but this is one of those finds that it's not complete, but it's not complete intentionally.
Nice.
And these guys know where I'm going with this. I found a 1787 cut Connecticut copper.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And Bob's going to have to say the same thing. We had a tremendous weekend.
Unbelievable.
Okay, what about you, Bob?
Well, I don't know if you guys have seen me post the picture or not, but I did post the picture on Facebook, and my favorite find is the half-real cufflink that I found this weekend.
Ooh,
and
nice.
The same field.
Yeah, same place.
Wow.
But the half-real cufflink that I found is my to-date favorite find. My heart was pounding.
Oh yeah,
the new favorite find.
And next week it might be different. But for now, that's my favorite find.
Well, and that's the great thing about this is you just never know what you're going to find next. So it's quite possible it could be.
So Bob,
my guess is I'm going to find the other half. So next week, my new favorite find is going to be the second half of the pair of cufflinks.
That would be nice.
Bob.
Yes.
It's Jay. Sorry. You were able to confirm that it's a half real?
Yes, it is a half real, yeah.
Because we were pondering over it when he found it, and we were all huddled over this hole like, a bunch of friggin' guys digging in a wishing well. It was just an amazing find. You can see the broken post that has been soldered onto the backside of the coin when it was turned into a set of cufflinks, and it's awesome.
Wow. Awesome. Charlie?
I'm going to say, because it changes from time to time, but I'm going to say that recently my Connecticut copper is one of my favorite finds, and it's more of, not only is the coin fantastic, it's a 1787, but it's the situation. Mr. Keebler and I found a virgin hole that just was giving it up, and we both found a Connecticut copper at the same hole, 30 feet apart.
That's nice.
That is just not going to happen very often. And we were both so excited walking out of there in the dark, because we both walked out of there with Connecticut coppers, 2 different variations, and along with the find itself, it was the day. It's you create your own memories with the pieces that you find. So not only I'm going home with something fantastic, I'm going home with a memory to put it to. And that's my favorite.
You're going home with those memories and experiences, and nobody can take that away.
Absolutely.
Keebler.
Well, yeah, Charlie took the words right out of my mouth on that one.
So it's the Connecticut copper for you too.
Well, yeah, I mean,
a bunch of Connecticut boys.
Long days, and we are very blessed that we own our own companies and we're able to do this 5-6 times a week.
Especially with 7 kids.
Yeah, you won't see 8 for a little while. But yeah, I mean, the connection there. I mean, and the only other find that I can find that I can say that it would come close to that is the find of the compadre of this group of guys. I'm telling you.
Right. Now,
damn it! I wish I thought of that.
I actually did think of that, and I wasn't going to throw it out there, but the Spanish silver. Come on.
Forget the hallmark moment.
Yeah, but as soon as one of them finds a gold coin, my shovel's down on their heads, and I'm running out of there with it.
Now, with Keebler's son being so relatively new to the hobby in a sense, what's his favorite find to date?
That would have to be his 1843 large cent, and I'll pass it off to him now.
Nice.
Which also came from this past weekend.
Wow.
Cool.
You guys tore it up.
Tell him about your finding that coin. Give him the story.
All right. We were at that mustard field, and it was 45 minutes before we left. It was getting darker and darker. And I get this nice signal, and I just go down and dig it up, and then 5 minutes later, my dad pulls up another one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was great.
You guys came through in the finish line.
Isn't it insane?
Yeah.
We're out there all day going from place to place to place, and all of a sudden the sun is tickling the horizon, and everyone's like, I got something. Awesome.
Yep.
Everybody's trying to get them quick before they got to leave.
Well, I was thinking
Don't
about
worry.
this today. Episode 50 is going to be the next episode, and all year long I'm like, I should do something big on 50. Well, it just happened that it was a group hunt this weekend anyways, and everybody walked home with something great. So it's going to be a great episode. It was just such a funny time. It's probably going to be a half an hour long.
Boy,
but what a great weekend.
Oh, yeah. We were joking it up the whole time, and just time of our lives. We can look back on this 20 years from now, hopefully, and say those were the days of our lives.
Right. All right. Well, hopefully that answers your question, Justin, and we appreciate the call.
Speaking of camaraderie, we got to see if we can get something across to Connecticut here and get some New Hampshire and Vermont action going on.
We're going to do it, brother. Before the fall is over, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Amen. All right. Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
Thanks
All right, well, y'all have a good night, and God bless.
You too.
Thanks for calling in, Justin.
You too, Jeff.
Wow. That's a lot of nice finds made on that last hunt. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back.
All right.
Are you a metal detecting enthusiast looking for a new machine? Maybe you're just getting started in the hobby and you're not sure what machine to get. Get down to earth and into the dirt. Contact Mike, the Buckeye Hunter of MT Detector Sales. Mike is an authorized multi-line dealer of MineLab, Garrett, Technetics, and Tesoro. Don't deal with someone who may not even hunt. Mike sells what works and uses the brands he sells, specializing in such models as the MineLab E-Track, CTX 3030, Garrett AT Pro, and Tesoro Outlaw. Get down to earth and into the dirt with MT Detector Sales. MTDetectorsales.com.
All right. we're getting near the end.
No way.
Yeah, I know. Time just flies.
Man, we need a part 2.
Right. It's been a great time with everybody. But one thing that we hadn't had the chance to cover that we should probably get back to and touch base on real quick is not only are you guys doing the research on these cellar holes, but sometimes it translates into just getting out there and hiking the land to find them. What are you guys looking for when you're doing this?
Tell them about the signs.
It's the signs, man. It's the signs.
Oh, yeah, the one that says, dig here.
I'm going to let Keebler tell you about the signs because, yeah.
Well, you have to put yourself in a psychic mood. Burn some incense, and then just,
flashback again.
Flashback. If you do the research, look at aerials, get out there, the landscape will tell you what was there. The land has a memory.
Yeah, there you go.
And you just got to open yourself up. I know I'm going to sound like an old hippie, but the land has a memory, and you just have to just open yourself up to it.
Yeah, that's well put. The land has a memory because,
man.
Yeah, it is, because, I mean, you get out there, you find an open area in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Chances are good you're in a spot that had at least been occupied somewhat previously.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the walls will be built differently around where a home site was.
Mm-hmm.
The trees and vegetation will definitely be different. You look for ancient trees, you look for fruit trees.
Grass out in the middle of nowhere, flowers that aren't supposed to be there.
Yeah, there's a lot of
telltale
signs.
Right.
Yeah, even at that night we were at this past weekend, you could stand in one corner of this, like 3 to 5 acre field, and of course you can't see past the corn, but the area that we had that was cleared for us to detect, you could just look across the lay of the land, and you could say, hey, look at this weird raising in the land over here. It's kind of rectangular. It's kind of, it doesn't look like
it's out of place,
naturally formed. It looks like there was something here.
Right.
And you start going around that area, you start digging square nails, you say, yeah, there was something here, and you start going from there, and you knew people, humans tend to congregate around things that humans have built. So that's when you start finding stuff that, proves that, yeah, there was people around in this spot, back then.
Right. To find the past and the history, we have to find where we were.
Exactly.
That's a good point. Definitely a good point. Just real quick, we'll go from left to right again, start with Jay and then on to Bob and Charlie and Keebler. Any recommendations or pieces of advice to people who are thinking about getting into the hobby or just got into the hobby recently, relative newcomers? What would you tell them?
Honestly, I mean, the first and foremost, I'll leave the tidbits for everybody else to think about while I'm going on with my spiel. But first and foremost, get off your ass and get out there and do it. I mean, seriously. I mean, there's obvious research to be done on the computer. You can go to Google Maps and look around your local area for, signs of older things and stuff like that. But first and foremost, to get started, get yourself a halfway decent metal detector, the best one that your budget will allow, and just get out there. It's no matter where you go, there's something to find. I've never been out on a metal detecting excursion, whether with the stealth diggers or on my own or with my mom. I've never been anywhere and not found anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's
if you're not
always
out there finding, you're not out there looking.
Exactly. So first and foremost, just get out there and swing that beepy thing and dig them holes.
There you go. Swing, beep, dig.
Exactly.
There you go.
Bob?
Well, kind of a tough question. I guess if I were going to give somebody new to the hobby advice, it would be to be patient and stick with it, because when I first, I got the AT. I started out with a swing beat big machine. I started out with a Fisher 1236, and all it did was beat if there was metal in the ground, and dug a lot of junk, but I also found some good stuff. But you just got to stick with it and be patient, and don't be afraid to dig the junk. Dig it all.
That's right.
And that's about it, I guess. It took me over a year to learn the AT Pro and get to the point where I feel that I'm good enough with this machine that I can find good targets. And you just got to stick with it and be patient.
So time with the machine, learn your machine, stay patient, persistent, diligent, and don't get discouraged.
Exactly. Don't let it get you down.
Right. Charlie?
Well, I would say if you're a newcomer, if you're new at this or not, even to the seasoned vet, I think the biggest thing that enhances metal detecting is the research. And I mean that from, there's nothing better than finding something and going, wow, what is it? And then going home, looking it up, and it's amazing. You can find the smallest little either token or button, brooch, even bullets, even shotgun shells. I couldn't be any more amazed when I got home and I started looking at, the writings on them.
The amount of information that you are able to find.
I've learned more in the past few years of metal detecting on my own than I did in 12 years of school. And it's just because when I find something, I want to know what it is, when it's from, and I just think that enhances the whole hobby for me.
Oh, yeah, the passion for the history and the desire to know the knowledge behind
it. Right. And then I like when I get back together with these guys the next day or whatnot, and, Keebler's like, that thing I found, and then he feeds my brain, and then I tell him about the thing that I found because we all went home, researched our items, and then we give each other back the information. So it makes us more knowledgeable next time around, but it also feeds that obsession of, oh, I want one of those now. And if there's something there, that button's late 1700s, well, there's a good chance there's coinage from that era. So
right. And being able to learn from each other as well.
That's my advice.
Right.
Take the time and do the back research on the items you find, and it'll open up so many new worlds for you.
Awesome. Keebler?
Well, I want to start off, and I'll explain it. You have to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Whoa.
Did I just make that up?
Do you have to, I think he just pirated that.
Oh, okay.
Do you have to,
You're going to get a bill in the mail.
You have to take the day-used Enterprise to get that?
Yep. But to explain that, many times we're out and we're searching for the holes. We know they're around, and there's times when I've gone to myself saying, gosh, we've looked everywhere, but there's another hill there. I'm going to trudge up that another half a mile, and boom, there's that hole.
Right.
You
Keep
gotta
pushing yourself. One more
one.
step, one more hill, one more find.
Yeah. And it pays off. It certainly pays off.
Yeah, he's done it over and over again. He disappears and then he comes back. I found a well. It's like, where'd you go? I was about 3/4 of a mile that way, but he finds them.
Yeah, you're going, what are you carrying this stuff around with you or what?
Yeah. I carry wells in my back pocket. Yep.
Yeah, just kind of throw it out where it's convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. He wasn't out looking for a well. He was out digging one.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Now the truth
iron
comes
signal
out.
10 feet down.
That reminds me of the.
It kept telling me it was a dime.
Push yourself past your limits.
Right. Now, somebody said that reminded them of a story?
Oh, it reminded me of a clip in one of the videos where Henry was down in a sand pit and there was a big sand pile.
That's the
behind him.
same thing I thought of, too.
Man, this
It
tag
keeps
is
telling
deep.
me it's a dime. That was classic. It was. Would you guys like to tell everyone where they can find you before you go?
Sure.
All right. Jay?
I'm in New Hampshire.
Well, it's all part of being a stealth digger. We have to be really, really sneaky and not let anybody know where we buy our backdrops so that they don't have to, make the same videos as we do with the same backdrops. But
Yeah,
if you
otherwise
don't,
your backyard will look like theirs.
I know, then that's no good. But otherwise, they can find me. I actually have my own channel on YouTube. It's NH Treasure Hunter. If you just put in a YouTube search for NH Treasure Hunter or JMO, one word, you'll end up getting to my videos. And I'm pretty much only on YouTube. I don't do Facebook or Twitter or Snapchat or any of that other stuff. I haven't really found enough time to expand that far. So NH Treasure Hunter.
JMO owed you money.
That's right.
Bob?
I'm only on Facebook. You'll only find me on Facebook, and I post often on Stealth Digger's page, and that's about it.
Okay. Charlie?
Well, obviously, we have Stealth Diggers on YouTube. We have a Stealth Diggers Facebook group, which is easy enough to find.
It's posted always on the bottom.
Yeah, I started doing that in the videos. And let's try an experiment here. For those who are listening, if you are on Facebook for the first time tonight, Mr. Keebler introduced on Facebook, and his username is just Keebler. So everybody go to Facebook, either go to me, Digger Charlie, look at my friends, or just go in your search bar, put in Keebler, and let's see how many new friends this guy can make. Because
I gotta go. I want to be Henry's friend.
Yeah.
Can I
Or
be
they
your friend
can
if
check
I'm not
my
on
friends
Facebook?
list.
What's that?
Or they can check my friends list as well. I've already confirmed.
Yep. And you'll always find me. Always find me.
Yes, there can be
Under
only
Stealth
one
Diggers
Mr. Keebler.
on YouTube.
Just find any tree with a big hole in it and yell inside.
And I'll come popping out if I'm not on
With
the
his pants around his ankles.
Only if
Yeah.
he's not out digging. But listen for the bell.
That's
yeah,
right. You gotta put a frickin' bell on him.
That's right. Now he's
I
got
my bell.
one.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, hang in there with me for a minute, guys. We'll roll out of here. For myself and the Stealth Diggers, we appreciate everyone for tuning in and listening, and definitely appreciate the calls. The listener support tonight was just phenomenal. By all means, if you like the show, please rate the channel. If you're on Facebook, check out the Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound group. The September Find of the Month contest still runs. Read the rules carefully. Post your entry below the tag post. Has a reply on the pinned post of post your entries here. And we'll be announcing a winner October 7th for that. Oh, we've got one more caller. We'll squeeze them in real quick. Caller, you're on with myself and the Stealth Diggers. We've got just a couple of quick minutes. Roll with it.
Josh, this is Kevin Strahan.
Kevin. How's it
I
going?
just want to know, hey, great show. You need to get the guys on again so they can talk a little more about their little escapades out in the woods. Because I'm not going to mention any names, but a couple of them ain't right. I'm just saying.
Well, he must be talking about me.
Now, who said that?
That would be myself.
No, a couple of your guests is not right.
Oh,
we're
well,
not right.
at least I'm in good company.
Sorry, Kevin, the connection was bad. We couldn't hear you.
I told Mr. Josh that some of y'all just ain't right in the head. So but that's entertaining. That's great.
Yeah. If what I am is not right, I don't want to be right.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, my videos are boring. Look what I found. See you at the next hole. And that's about it. So, great show. Make sure to have them on again because they got way more stories than what they told you just tonight.
Absolutely, and with all four of them, one show just is not enough.
Yeah, like what he just said, like a game of golf. See you at the next hole.
But you know what? When you have all four of them in one place, it's easier for the insane asylum to find them. So, I mean, that is a positive.
All right.
But I'll say that in a good way, guys.
Oh, we know.
Oh, we know that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thanks.
All right, great show.
Thanks for the call, Kevin.
Bye.
Bye, Kevin.
And, by all means, like I was saying, check out the group. Check out the Stealth Diggers group. Great group of guys. Check out the Stealth Diggers videos. They always do a great job with them. And, like I said, if you enjoyed the show, rate the channel. We'll be back next week. You never know what we've got in the works. We've always got our hands into something. Most importantly, though, we appreciate everyone for tuning in, and we definitely appreciate the Stealth Diggers for sitting down and taking the time to chat tonight. It's been a great time, and it's just, the mood is electric when they get together. They always have a good time, a lot of laughs, a lot of fun.
I still have my own channel, Josh.
Oh, yes. And make sure to check out Jay Mo's channel, NH Treasure Hunter. He does some great videos, too. My apologies, Jay. And while you're on YouTube, check out Ohio Metal Detecting.
Right, give it
Absolutely.
That's right. Every now and then I get back in there and do some videos.
I know him as String Frenzy, and I love his videos.
But we definitely appreciate everyone for tuning in. It's been great, and we'd love to have you guys back again sometime. You guys were just awesome.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you, Josh. Great job.
It's been a great time with some great guys. And, stay persistent, folks. Stay diligent. Don't get discouraged. Keep pushing yourself. Get out there and find something. And like Charlie says,
stay young, always keep them guessing, and
adios, amigos. Hee-haw.
We'll see you, folks, from myself and the Stealth Diggers. Have a great night.
Swing deep dig.
Perfect, Jay.
Go ahead, Bill, from the